So let's talk about something that happened on the streets of New York City last night. Alec Baldwin, volunteering to teach an acting class, on his way, came in contact with protesters who, as usual, anti-Israeli protesters, and they were hostile towards the acting legend.
They were, and there's some of the video right there. He got into it with them. And he was there just by accident. And Brian, as you said, he was supposed to teach, he volunteered to teach an acting class adjacent to what happened yesterday, because these pro-Palestinian protesters hit the transit hubs. They hit Penn Station and Grand Central Station, and they're upset about the United States so supporting Israel.
Yeah, that's right. They have shut down roads and bridges. They hit Grand Central Station, Port Authority, Penn Station yesterday. And they do this to be as disruptive as possible. They glued themselves to 6th Avenue during the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Before we get to Alec Baldwin, because we have the exchange that he had with some of these protesters, just take a listen to what some of these protesters were chanting about the NYPD. Watch this.
NYPD, we know you!
NYPD, we know you!
You will present children too!
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 NYPD, KKK!
NYPD, KKK!
Yeah, they were also holding signs. USA loves genocide. Zionism is terrorism. Israel, go to hell. And Joe Biden, how many kids have you killed today?
This is out of control. And if you look at the faces, a lot of young people. Yeah. There was a new poll conducted by Harvard Harris.
Yeah.
And it says, do you think that the Jews as a class are oppressors, or is that a false ideology? And between the ages of 18 and 24, 67% agree with that. If you go down to 25 to 34, ages 25 to 34, 44% agree with that statement. We have lost this generation. I don't think they know the history, Brian.
Well, we lost this group of people who like to screw up New York City and show their ignorance. But here's Alec Baldwin. I 100% side with him. He just wants to walk in New York City. That used to be okay. Listen.
You work for Hollywood. Do you condemn Israel for the actions they committed against
you've already got your mind made up with every question you got, right?
Oh, I'm asking you a question.
I'm in Hollywood.
Is that your answer? Is that your answer?
You ask stupid questions.
Can the media go?
Yeah, he said, I support peace for Gaza.
Right.
He says, what are you assuming for? And there's a side-by-side. I was trying to get as much information as possible. And there's Jerry Seinfeld, also from Massapequa in Tel Aviv. And he is going there to meet with some of the hostage families and do his thing in Israel. And Alec Baldwin's walking to New York City, and they said, who is safer? Yeah. And believe it or not, they're safer in Tel Aviv than this hostile group. Imagine if the cops weren't there.
Yeah.
I mean, you see how angry they are?
They saw the trouble, and so they surrounded Alec Baldwin.
But, man, there's a lot of them.
So you have these people in the street, but you also have some people that are privately starting to change their point of view on this because of the war. I mean, I have some friends, I'm not going to blast them, but I am going to blast them, that initially were pretty supportive of Israel. They're pretty liberal, but they said what happened on that day was awful. Now, as the war has continued, they've altered their point of view because they say it's too much. Right. And we knew this was going to happen.
Right. They don't have to live there.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, this moment with Alec Baldwin is wild. Can you believe it happened? He always seems to be in the middle of controversy. This one wasn't his fault. He did say what you think that these protesters would have wanted to hear, I support peace for Gaza. But they didn't like that.
They're idiots. They're obstinate. They need to be stopped. But they're allowed to because we live in a free country.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.